The last day. Yeah, it's a hard scene to end on, but at least we're only doing one scene. Already banged out a lot. Quite a tricky shot. It's a good shot. Last day. I don't know how to feel really. I don't know how to feel. It's felt both really long and suddenly like really short. It's just hard to put into words because it's not my last day, so I can't possibly feel the same as everybody else. But I think it's been pretty great. I only say it like that because I don't know. It's only kind of worth it if the film's good, isn't it? I don't know yet. We've got lots of good footage, so hopefully that cuts together to make a really good film. But as you can see, it's not for not trying, because we're in this seriously dangerous spot in the middle of the night, trying to make some entertainment. Down at the docks. This was the last night of the official shoot, wasn't it?
Yeah, with the sort of main crew. That was great.
The community gun.
Quite a big set, or like a big area to light. The actual original location for the community gun, you were wanting something a bit more
woodlandy,
lakey,
pondy.
I guess the worry was that it is such a central place in Bristol, and then there's this gun that's like supposed to be kind of hidden.
The community gun is I say true, it's almost like a bit of a urban myth, but I remember the first time someone told me about it, I was like, that is brilliant. I need to find a way of getting it in there. Yeah, the community gun is like this gun that apparently certain people know about, and it's hid in different places. And if you have some serious beef with somebody and you go to these people and say, I would like to use the gun to sort out this problem, then they will tell you the hidden location of this gun. And I was like, that is amazing.
Really cool.
So yeah, initially I wanted it like in a lake, like down by a pond. I wanted it to feel like we were in woods and stuff, but it ended up being down by the docks, right by the suspension bridge, which kind of ticked another box, because I was like, we need to, actually it was Tim, one of our investors and crew members, who said that you're going to need to get some Bristol landmarks in this, Will. you can't have a bloody film in Bristol without doing at least one shot of that damn bridge. Which, funny enough, the lights were malfunctioning the night that we shot it. It was only half lit, so we had to like schedule to come back and to shoot it when it was fully lit. Like typical. So we went down to the docks. Interesting point about the Bristol Harbour is that it has the second highest tidal, like I don't know what you call it.
Huge tide.
Yeah, in the world. Second in the world. The only higher one is in Canada. So it fluctuates something like 20 feet.
It's massive.
So when we first scouted that location, it was like, this is really cool. You know, the ladder and this rusty like area and stuff. It's right by the waterline. And then I remember we went back another time and it was just like gone. It's just totally submerged. And we were like, okay, interesting.
Choose a location that's underwater.
Gonna have to. That's the second time we've done that, and this is. It was like, okay, that's going to be an interesting one to try and schedule, because it's like, okay, we want to do it at night, but it's going to have to land on a day where you know where the tide is. And interestingly, the harbour master has this graph, which is always accurate and will tell you exactly how high the tide will be every single day of the year.
Was it on that night that they decided to let a boat through the bridge?
Which again, yeah. So the thing you can see behind Dave is like a flyover, but it's like a swing bridge, which I lived in Bristol my whole life. I'm nearly 30, and I've never seen that thing move. And on the day we wanted to film, there was a boat coming through, and they needed to swing it. And
at some point, we got interested in this little junkyard.
Yeah.
Where there was like an opportunity to have a track through there, because there's just lots of like random items in there,
boats
and, like,
and rusty
stuff in the foreground
anchors and stuff.
So we had to like very last minute get permission and access to that place.
Yeah. Courtesy of the harbour masters.
Yeah, and Mark, the location manager, for sorting that out.
It's funny, when we locked it up, and Mark was like, what do you want me to do with the key? And he said, just throw it in the water. So just loved it. I think it's a really great sequence. I love it. The lighting's great. It's so moody. The performances are on the money. It's just such an odd place. Hopefully the audience is thinking like, where is this? Like, where are they? And it feels like you're going down and down and down. I'm pretty sure they opened the box in the script and there's nothing in there. And Tim was like, it won't sink then.
Yeah, there's got to be something in the box. Right? There's got to be something. A brick, but it won't sink like that. It's full of air.
People would imply that it's a really heavy box.
You put a brick in there or something. And it just takes a brick.
You mean for what?
It's just going to look silly if he opens the box and there's nothing in it.
Oh, quickly, we need to find something to put in this bloody box. There were just like these huge chains, these, and chuck them in. It was absolutely filthy down there. I remember, I remember Touché just being on his knees and just being like, God's sake, Will, what is, God damn it, like, what is all this sludge? Because this tide brings all the horrible things in, and then it leaves it on the side.
Oh yeah.
Slightly risky, obviously. We're by the water. It's like rusty, slippery.
Yeah,
not good visibility. I mean, you guys were like crammed underneath this thing that's dripping and stuff.
Yeah.
Great tracking shot in the junkyard. Like,
yeah, I think that worked really well. The silhouette against the bridge. We just had a couple of 5Ks shooting into the water, which was like creating that ripple effect.
And just before action, we chuck like a big rock in, and it would create the ripples.
And there's some really nice spill up onto the bridge as well, like above Steve from the low angle stuff, and you get a sense of that flyover.
I love the sound it makes when something goes over it and you get that like cha-cha, cha-cha, and it just like echoes all around. So real moody set piece. And then,
location.
Yeah, again, like locations are everything on our film, and we did everything. Not one thing is shot in a studio, not one thing is really built, it's all real. I do want to say a bit about the skeleton stuff.
Yeah.
So we shot for four or 5 weeks with the main crew. It's like 23 days, wasn't it, on paper? We had it planned that we would do 5 days to a week of skeleton crew, which was essentially me, you, sound recordist, Tim, and an assistant. For that, what did we shoot? We shot the fishing sequence.
River stuff, yeah.
We shot
Viaduct chase, police chase, viaduct stuff.
Driving around at night and driving around in the day.
Yeah.
And all of those were actually, I thought they were hugely challenging. Not because they were complicated scenes, but going from having this 30, 40, occasionally 50-man strong crew, going down to like 5 of us was shocking. I thought it was shocking, like just the pace at which we were now moving.
Yeah.
You know, going from doing like 15, 20 shots to doing 4 or 5.
And we were absolutely knackered.
We were shattered
from the whole thing.
And there's also, we just thought, oh my God, our opening scene is gonna be rubbish. But then we were like, well, it can only get better from there. Another skill thing, I had my cousin come by who's like an experienced fisherman, and again, just like go through it with Steve and help rig, because he has to be pulling in something. And it ain't gonna be a fish, is it? So you have to like rig those things up, stuff, and make it look like the rod's bending, like somehow, all those little things. We did the fishing in the morning, and then we did the chasing in the evening. There's only 2 shots in the whole film that I operated, and it's that one when he turns, and it's the fish getting thrown in the bag. I remember you saying, you're like, you're gonna fuck this whole movie with this shit shot of some fish. Yeah, you're like, it's ruined. As soon as I did the first bit, you're like, ruined. The whole movie's ruined.
Again, like the car stuff, that would have been really good to have had a proper unit doing all that stuff, you know?
Yeah,
all that, and probably how you might do in a bigger budget film is have like a second unit that is able to shoot some really good car stuff.
Yep.
You know, has some real energy to it. Whereas we were just chucking up a camera and just like hoping that we could get a clear run where there weren't any cars going past, or, you know. I don't think we even had any radios at that point. I think we were just on a phone.
Yeah.
Go, well,
I was driving.
It was like the most guerrilla, like, yeah, it was back to basics, really.
Especially the night stuff.
I don't know what we were running on, really, at that point.
Fumes.
Just going through the motions, but not really, like, thinking about stuff in much depth.
There's a lot of the film where we describe it as kind of scraping it, right? So trying to get any scene that works, fires on a couple of cylinders is really hard work, and trying to continuously like hold up the illusion of this being 1983 Bristol and whatnot, like it's tricky, and there's times where you think you're gonna start seeing the cracks and stuff. And I feel like when we were doing the skeleton crew stuff, that was when we were at risk of dropping the ball and showing these cracks and stuff. But I do think that we pulled through it, despite it mostly just being like 3 or 4 of us.
And there was the drone stuff as well that we did
that was
just
a good day.
Before we went into all that.
Oh, was it? Okay, I can't remember.
Yeah, it was just before we went into doing all that skeleton crew stuff. That was a really good day. Like, we got some good shots, and then the bike just broke.
Oh, well, this is great, you know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, well remembered. Again, just going back to the short for a second, the bike blew a tyre during that sequence, which meant that we got what we got with the drone, but we only did like 1 shot on the ground, which was the passing up of the like Ronin. And again, the same thing happened. Like, you can't rely on these old machines. The cars break down, the bikes break down, the moped leaks. Like, they look great, they sound great, but they are not reliable. And we got out, we did lots of good drone work with the chaps from, I forget what the company was. I think they're literally called the Drone Company. But they did some great stuff, and then did they leave and then left us to do the stuff on the ground? I think they did, crack on. And it was just me, you and Tim and my brother. And I think we popped off a handful of shots.
Yeah.
And then the bike broke down. It was overheating so bad, and I couldn't start it. And I had gone quite a way from you guys before I turned it around, and it basically broke down. And I don't know if you could hear me, but I was just kicking it like crazy. Like, I was trying to kickstart it. And like, yeah, it's a bit of workout, that. And you can get kicked back as well. Luckily, the bike isn't particularly powerful, but on more powerful bikes, you can actually like break your ankle. You're at risk of breaking your ankle when you're kicking a bike that much. And yeah, I don't know if you could just hear me screaming through the forest of Dean Valley, but I was saying all sorts of absurdities and naughty words and stuff. But that's just the way it goes. Yeah, luckily, again, scraped it with just the right amount of shots that you could put together a 45-second sequence or something. But similar, it seems to be like a bit of a cursed sequence where just couldn't quite get like exactly what we had planned on paper.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. Well remembered. Good day. I had fun that day. Tim riding around on the motorbike. He was like, I haven't ridden a bike in about 40 years. Can I have a go? And I was like, oh yeah, but don't break it now, Tim. And he loved that. And my brother was excellent that day. Like, really helped us out. Again, just having someone who's like a qualified mechanic who knows their way around a motorbike goes such a long way. Yeah. Lots of things you just wouldn't think of, but yeah, again, all things that go into the massive process of making any film, and especially a film with as many moving parts as ours, and parts that all have to be specific.
Yeah, that's when you make a film about a bike.
A classic line. Just a film about a bike, isn't it? It's a true story.
This is a film about a bike. Oh, it's one of the greatest introductions.
So that's a wrap on the fence and the behind the scenes. Hopefully it's given you a really cool insight into how we put it together. It's taken 6 years and a lot of hard work. We've massively admired the support that we've had over the years. This might be the last time me and Adam sit down and do anything fence related. It's just been an absolute pleasure and an honor to just have the chance to make something like this, and hopefully it's not the last time. So yeah, thank you very much.
just